Supposedly, Plato said, only those who do not seek for power are qualified to hold it. Another quote goes, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts completely. Now, see, there's a problem with these quotes. And in this video, I'm going to explain that, dispel that, and help you to understand how you should think about power. Because if you understand this principle, this might have the ability to unlock your full and true potential. Let's get right into it. First of all, we need to understand the definition of power. The definition is the ability to do. So I look as the opposite of that, which would be the absence of the ability to do, basically the inability to do. Or in other words, hopelessness. When you have the ability to do, you can do something about it. Or at least you have hope that things could change if you insert yourself here and do something. When you have no hope, that means you have no ability to do, so you are in a hopeless state. Rumi, another guy, said, yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. This is kind of similar to the quotes that I said in the beginning, but it's missing the full-blown big picture. And I want you to understand that picture so that you can unlock your full potential. Your full potential means that you need to think bigger than yourself. Preferably way bigger than yourself. Like, what is bigger than yourself? Well, the ultimate mini aspect of, thinking small, big, like if you put that on a 1-to-10 ratio, when you think about yourself, how big are you thinking? You're thinking extremely small, right? My emotions is the only thing that matters, and as a result of that, I'm gonna act on these emotions because, I might as well just disregard everyone else on this planet because it's all about me. Now, obviously, 1 to 10, this is going to be in the far end on the one side, correct? Okay, so what is moving towards the 10 side? Well, maybe when you think about people that are, maybe you think about just the person that you're romantically involved with. Okay, so maybe that's 2. And maybe 3 is thinking about your immediate family. Okay, maybe your kids. Cool. Like, that's better than just thinking about yourself, right? At least you care about someone. Fantastic progress. But how far can we take this? When you begin to go towards 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, now you begin to understand how the big picture works. You are not an island all on your own, okay? You are part of an intercontinental type of service, okay, or system where it's all about everyone. We are all one. Or at least that's the goal of humanity, is to get to that point where we are able to become one with everyone. Now, see, that's thinking so huge that it's delusional. Because people are like, how on earth are you going to be able to create unity amongst all people? Have you seen the world? Like, do you understand what's going on out there with wars and issues and Republicans, Democrats, like everything that's going on the planet? And here you are, Joseph, delusionally talking about, yeah, we can all be one, guys. It's possible. Now, if you say, you know what? I kind of like that thinking. There's something to that thinking. Now you're beginning to think big. It doesn't mean that we're going to achieve it in the next few minutes or in the next few years. It just means that at some point in time, everyone is going to come to a knowledge of the truth. The truth, if you haven't watched my channel before, is the definition, is that which works in the long run and in the big scheme of things. So when you've got the big picture, you will understand the big picture, like huge, you think huge, right? Is that we will all at some point in the future come to a knowledge of that which works. So if we all come to a knowledge of it, not just from an informational perspective, but from an implementational perspective, which means that we are actually beginning to become the truth ourselves. I know this sounds like a bit, over the top, but it's not. It's simple. If you understand this principle, it will set you free, because this is the truth. No matter who you hear it from, this is how the world works. All of us are supposed to be working in unison towards moving towards that point in time where we're all one and we all understand how things work. At that point in time, is there going to be any war? Is there going to be anyone fighting each other in a mean way when we attack the person instead of the thing that the person says? Will there be issues? Will there be families that don't get along with each other? Very interesting perspectives. I want you to think massively huge, because this is the way that you will begin to understand what you should be prioritizing right now. What's important to do in my life right now so I can progress towards having more and more and more ability to do. We return back now to the beginning of this video, which explained that you should, supposedly, according to Plato, not seek power. That's where you're mistaken. Seeking to fulfill your true potential automatically includes the aspects of seeking for power. Not to do good to just you and your emotions and your comfortability, because that means you're not thinking truthfully about how the world works and how you and your happiness works. You see, the more we think about other people, the more we begin to serve the global whole, the more we are fulfilling our true potential. If you only think about yourself, you will not seek for power. You don't need much power. Well, you only need enough power to do what you want to do in your current circumstance, but you don't need to really do much more. I got my 40-hour work week, I'm going to work, I'm making money, and I'm taking care of myself. If I'm a men going their own way, then I just take care of me, and that's all I need to do. And I try to avoid as much responsibility because that just causes problems. Like, how big are you thinking? Okay? Or if you have a family, fantastic. But I just do my 40-hour work week, and then I go to work out at the gym and make sure that I can protect and I can, look good. And then I go home and I have my wife and my kids. Fantastic. You're doing a way better job than the MGTOW dude over there. In terms of actually seeking to bring us towards that beautiful, harmonious future where we're all one. But if you want to be truly, ecstatically happy, and you truly care about you, and you truly care and understand other people, and that they also very often do not understand, and you will understand that you need to seek to create their happiness and help them to fulfill their potential. Because once other people are beginning to fulfill their potential because of you, guess who benefits? Them and you. So if you're truly positively selfish, you're actually fulfilling your true potential as long as you care about other people. It's okay to care about yourself as long as you are a 10 on the scale of thinking big. Now, see, the cool part about the system, okay, the universal system that we're put into, is that you get to choose where on that scale you want to be. But I can tell you right now, immediately from the get-go, that the people that are the most happy are the people that are on the 10, or that are farther towards the 10. But you get to choose if you want to be a 1 or 2. Just understand that you're going to receive the level of reward that you deserve. Because you didn't do much. You didn't need to. You didn't care. Because, so you get what you deserve. But those few, okay, the select few that actually understand the big perspective and the big picture, they're going to continuously seek for power in order for them to do good. Because if you have a lot of power, you have the ability to do a lot of good. You've got the power then to change things. So going back to Rumi's quote of, fancily saying, well, I was clever, I wanted to change the world. Bro, if you don't have the mindset of wanting to change the world, we've got a problem. Now, yes, if you do change yourself and seek to continuously improve and get better and you work on you, then yes, over time, you will be able to change the world. That's what's cool. But you need to understand both. You can't just say, well, I need to just change myself. Like, I'm changing myself so that I have the ability to serve better. People do this when it comes to money as well. Oh, you shouldn't seek for money because it's, the love of money is the root of all evil. And the more you believe that stuff, the more you're going to not get money, right? The more you believe you shouldn't have power, how much power are you going to have? Not much. If you are trying to actively repel power out of your life, you're not going to get much. If you automatically try to repel money out of your life, you're not going to get much. So that's the perspective inside of your brain that needs to be switched. And you've got to take principles to the extreme. What would happen if I had $1 million? What would happen if I had $1 billion? What could I do that would be good for humanity if I had that? Would I even have $1 billion if I actually continuously tried to do good in the world? Most probably. You know why? Because you'd own companies that serve people. And guess what? Those companies would have profits. And if you have profits, that means that you get more power, which allows you to reinvest into systems that allow more service to people. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? It's fantastic. And those companies, you own a share of that in order for you to be participating in deciding what happens to those companies and how they serve the people. So that they make sure, like, for example, if you have food products, that you don't put crap into those food products, right? You can only participate in making those decisions in your company if you have power in that company. So if you own a lot of shares of that specific company that's doing fantastic things for the world and people are voting with their money and with their feet to actually uphold and support this business that is giving them an amazing service, win-win situation, you are automatically going to become a billionaire if you think huge. Just from the simple valuation of the company. Now suddenly, rich people aren't bad anymore, are they? The more we understand this, the more we need to share it with other people. Now, obviously not from a argumentative perspective, but man, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do when they go on YouTube and start telling that the rich are this and the rich are that. And it's only because of them that this is happening. Now, yes, there are good rich and there's evil rich, of course. It's with everything, but that's exactly why you as a good person needs to get rich. So that we can, get people to vote more for the good stuff than voting with their money and their feet to buy bad stuff. If they were educated, and that's your job, they would actually follow the good stuff. This is the big picture. The only thing that's missing for us to move towards that one amazing future where everyone is fantastically happy, That's probably not going to be in our lifetime, but we continuously progress towards it and make sure that our kids have a better future than we had because we're moving towards it, right? That's the key. That's what we need to do. And your job is to participate in helping move us towards that. And fulfilling your true potential and doing good to the world and to the people is going to give you the highest quality of life that you could ever imagine. The greatest joy, bliss, and happiness that you could ever imagine. It's not about our comfort. It's not about just you and your inner circle and little family. If your love of people is massive, you do to your neighbor what they would have done to you in a positive light. And you keep striving to increase your power, your ability to do, your ability to serve humankind to the utmost potential. And lead millions of people, billions of people if you can, if you're a good person. Now you need to understand what good is, and that's for a different video, but I hope that you understand now the bigger picture of why we do what we do, and that it's not just to have an amazing life with our own little family. Think big, man, because that's how you fulfill your true potential. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.